Welcome to Reddit Reader, where we dive into the stories on r/Tales from Retail, a place to exchange stories about your daily experiences in brick and mortar retail. Our first story comes from a user named Texas Chainsaw Molliker titled, "I'm not accusing you of stealing, I can see the handle sticking out of your purse." About a month ago, there was more theft than normal going on in the makeup store I work at, and it's because of the fact that it was winter break. Unfortunately, when the teenagers in my area get a bit of free time, they feel it's appropriate to use it to come into our store and steal from us. We were finding wrapper after wrapper, box after box stuffed under aisles and in displays. It was really annoying because it reflects really poorly on the hours we get. Anyways, towards the end of Christmas break we started to slow down. People had bought all their presents and spent their gift cards, so there wasn't much going on. Except for on the night in question. Me, my manager who we'll call M, and my two co-workers, C1 and C2, were the only employees there.
We were ambushed upon arrival, but
We were only an hour from close, and there was maybe 2 or 3 customers meandering around the store. I was replacing all the trash bags, while my co-workers were cleaning up the register area. At my store, it's sort of an unspoken rule that we make a point of greeting every single person who comes through the front doors. So, when a group of 3 teenage girls came through, both my co-workers greeted them. They did what all the teenagers who come in to steal do. They don't acknowledge the greeters in hopes of coming off unapproachable, but my co-workers are seasoned retailers, so they immediately get on the walkie-talkies and alerted me to keep an eye out. C1, "Hey OP, C2 and I just said hi to those girls and they were acting a little weird. You might want to stay in that area and keep an eye on them." "OP, I will. I'll leave the trash over in the corner and I'll pick it up later." I didn't want the girls to feel like I was following them just in case we were wrong, and they really just didn't want to be talked to, so I stood in the aisle on the left side of the aisle they were in. I had a direct view of them, but they would have had to come stand at the very end to see me. At first, they were just having a bit of fun, spraying our hand sanitizer testers at each other and opening the sugar scrubs to smell them. Nothing I really care about. But then the sound of a crinkling wrapper made me lean in closer to look at what was going on. I noticed that the girl ripping the packet open was also holding a Starbucks cup, one of the white ones with a flat lid for hot drinks. I watched as she took the hand sanitizer out of its packaging and removed the lid from her drink. I watched her put the hand sanitizer in the drink cup and replace the lid. I knew I was going to have to tell my manager. "OP, does M have a walkie on?" Because I just watched one of these girls steal a hand sanitizer. "Yeah, I do." "Where are they?" "OP, they're in the bath aisles. I think they're gonna head up to the front soon." Unfortunately, that wasn't entirely correct. The girls rounded the corner of the next aisle, the one which housed all our hairbrushes. A different girl, one with one of those Loungefly bags, unzipped it and put one of our Harry Potter-themed hairbrushes in her bag. It didn't even zip all the way. She tried to zip it up hard, but the end of the handle stuck out only slightly. They promptly abandoned that aisle and started making their way to the front of the store. "OP, they're coming up right now. They put something in that drink cup and there's something in the backpack too." Now, we're not allowed to accuse people of stealing. We can get into trouble if we're incorrect, and we're definitely not allowed to hold them back from leaving. So I wasn't sure what my manager could do, but I wanted her to be aware. They made it up to the door when my manager stopped them, asking something she asks everyone who leaves our store empty-handed. The girls are G1, G2, and G3. Was there something we could help you guys find today? G1, no, you guys don't have what we want. Oh, okay, well, is there any way I can get back the stuff you took from us? So I don't have to trespass you from the store? G2, are you accusing us of stealing? We didn't take anything. I'm not accusing you. I can see one of my hairbrushes sticking out of your friend's bag. The girls all just sort of looked at each other, not sure what to do. Eventually, the girl with the backpack ripped the hairbrush out of it and handed it to my manager. They started to walk past her to the door when my manager stopped them again. Can you please give me whatever you put in that cup? Then you can go. The girl with the cup huffed and rolled her eyes. Nevertheless, she opened it and took out the hand sanitizer that was now covered in what looked to be hot chocolate or maybe really sugary coffee. She put it in my manager's hand. If you guys come back with your parents, I'm gonna have a talk with them, 'cause this is really ridiculous, girls. They all left really quickly, and we got to go about our business for the rest of the night. Could have been worse. But we never really get the stuff back people steal from us, so I wanted to share. Our next story comes from a user named pecular_potato titled No, it is not €50, it is €51. By the way, sorry for my English, I'm not an English speaker. 2 years ago I, 22F, worked in big retail store that sold almost anything from clothes to bricks. You name it, they sold it. Since I was a student working to make some money, I got to ring orders. Nobody was really big fan of doing the registers because people could be very unkind. One day 2 ladies come to my register purchasing baby clothes. One held the stroller while the other one took the clothes. They had a gift card for €50. She got 2 items, a little pajama set and a sweater. Both were on sale for like 40%, I think. Well, the lady thought the total was €50, so she just placed the gift card and started walking away. Then this conversation ensued. Me, excuse me madam, you read total is €51. Lady, that's not right, it's on sale. Me, yes that is true, but together they are 51 not 50. Lady, no, you can't count. It is 50. As I started to get a bit annoyed, but I had to put up my happy face. I'm not counting, I scanned it in and my computer says it's 51. Lady, then your computer is wrong. We kept getting back and forth. Me, look, I'll type it in a calculator. You can watch while I type, lady. Oh. Me. So you see, I'm not making it up. Without an apology, she said something in another language and her friend begrudgingly gave me €1. Then they both walked off without saying anything. This interaction took like 20 minutes and there was still a big line of customers who were now impatient. This was one of many reasons I never want to work there anymore. Our last story is from a user named Quietly Scrolling Post. Toys can get sick too. I work at a large retail bookstore. Besides books, we also sell toys and games for all ages. Today, I was on cash register when a mom and her little boy walked up to make their purchases. The boy was holding a huge fire truck that made noise and lit up. Mom had absolutely no intention of buying the fire truck, but her son grabbed it off the shelf and wouldn't take no for an answer. She was clearly having a rough day and even mentioned not coming back to the store because the toys distracted her son too much. Usually when this happens, with the parent's permission, I scan the toy, make it look like toy is in the shopping bag, then void it off the transaction. This works best with kids 3 years and under. However, this kid might have been 4 or 5 and was too smart for that trick. So, I suggested to Mom that I be the bad guy and tell the kid the fire truck had to stay here. Her eyes lit up at the suggestion, so I directed my attention to the little boy. I said, "Mr. Fire truck is sick and needs to stay here with me until he feels better, but you can come back another day and take him home." The kid seemed to accept that answer, handed me the fire truck, and both he and Mom left with their other purchases without an outburst. I call that a win. Edit. I want to add, I lost count of how many times the mom thanked me after I finished ringing them up. She seemed like a great mom. I hope they come back for Mr. Fire truck someday. Thank you for watching. If you haven't done so, hit that like and subscribe.